Just wondering who is going to get the first 10. Please, Bruno.
For the first time in 3 weeks, only one couple was at the top of the judges' leaderboard. Let's recap Monday night's Dancing with the Stars' most memorable year, shall we?
Ride or die! Shall we get into it?
What? Spill the tea.
2009 is Trevor's most memorable year. He got a job on Days of Our Lives and he panicked. Well, let's just say he froze and as a result he got fired, but it turned out well for him as he got another acting job with 90210 and the rest is history.
Dancing Jazz with his partner Emma Slater, it's Trevor Donovan.
Len liked that the dance wasn't forced, so it had more control and it was Trevor's best dance. Derek felt his presence more and said the performance drew him in with beautiful flowing arms. Bruno claimed that Trevor reminded him of Brad Pitt in Thelma and Louise. He then said Trevor is back, revived and energized. Now, Trevor and Emma scored 8 from all the judges, giving them a score of 32 out of 40. Shangela's most memorable year was 2013 when she broke her leg from a helicopter stunt, the death drop, and she was told she couldn't dance for a long time, if ever, and she felt like her life was being taken away from her.
Dancing the Foxtrot with her partner Gleb Savchenko, it's Shangela.
Derek said an injury can make you appreciate what you have and come back and do great things, and this performance was great. Carrie Ann loved the softness we got to see and she was impressed with how Shangela recovered from her era, while Len thought her frame was good and it was lovely. My opinion is that Shangela was impressively elegant and I loved the performance. Shangela and Gleb scored 8 from all the judges, giving them a score of 32 out of 40.
32 out of 40%.
Jessie James' most memorable year is 2014, the year she became a mother. She couldn't wait to have her own child. When she had Vivian, she felt complete. And Jessie danced to her song Blue Jeans, which her daughter enjoys dancing to.
Dancing the tango with her partner Alan Burston, it's Jessie James Decker.
Bruno said the second half was spot on, but the first half was shaky, and Carrie Ann thought her posture had improved and she's a strong dancer. And Len said there was a good amount of tango that was sharp and had a tang. Jessie James and Alan scored 7 from Carrie Ann, 7 from Len, 8 from Derek and 7 from Bruno, giving them a score of 29 out of 40.
I get to go to work and experience critical scenarios.
Gabby's most memorable year was 2020 when she was an ICU nurse during the pandemic, and she remembers seeing a lot of death, isolation and devastation, and so she is paying tribute to the healthcare workers with this dance.
Even though we were doing everything that we could available to us and the medical team didn't leave her room for 3 or more hours.
Dancing the Foxtrot with her partner Val Chmerkovsky, it's Gabby Windey.
Carrie Ann praises her performance but thought Gabby was still holding back a little bit, and Len thought it had lovely lyrical movement, it had effortless ease. Said her connection with Derek Val also thought it was graceful. My and opinion is that Gabby was elegant and graceful and had fluid movement. Gabby and Val scored a 9 from all the judges, giving them a score of 36 out of 40. Joseph's most memorable year is 2022, the year that he decided to listen to himself and not the outside noise and people comparing him to his famous dad. Len didn't expect Joseph to have his best dance of the season as a rumba, however, it was. Derek thought it was a fundamental, basic, beautiful rumba with lovely in-between moments, and Bruno said he framed Daniela in a way that was touching, while Carrie Ann thought it was one of the best rumbas by a male dancer she's ever seen on the show. My opinion is that Carrie Ann was a little bit over the top with that praise. Joseph's arms looked decent in hold, and Joseph and Daniela scored 9 from Carrie Ann, 8 from Lynn, 9 from Derek, 8 from Bruno, giving them a total of 34 out of 40. Daniel's most memorable year was 2019 because that was the year he started filming Coda, and acting roles were hard to find previously because he's deaf. Derek was moved by the performance, and Daniel didn't miss a beat, and Bruno thought Daniel was true, real, and honest, and he's unique and special. Carrie Ann said it was one of the best dancers, and Lynn liked the gentleness. My opinion, it was an incredible emotional performance. I love that Britt incorporated sign language and included Daniel's interpreter. Now Daniel and Britt scored 8 from Carrie Ann, 8 from Lynn, 9 from Derek, 9 from Bruno, giving them a score of 34 out of 40. Like Jordin said, 2019 was her most memorable year because it was the year she met her husband and knew the next day that he would be the man she married. Bruno once did salsa for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and Carrie Ann praises Jordin for taking ownership of every movement, but then she criticizes her free hand. Lynn thought it had attack and action, and she worked her hips all the way through, and it was danced with confidence. Derek didn't think there was enough salsa, and it looked a little under-rehearsed, and Bruno dropped his chair again. My opinion is that this dance was fun. It was a solid salsa, terrific all around. Jordin and Brandon scored 8 from Carrie Ann, Lynn, and Derek, and 9 from Bruno, giving them a score of 33. This year, 2022, because the last few years rising to fame were a struggle, and she would worry about what everyone thought of her, and this is the year that anxiety doesn't control her. Carrie Ann thought the performance conveyed experience of anxiety and it was perfection. Lynn thought it was full of interesting choreography, and no matter what Mark throws at Charli, she copes really well. Derek called it a stunning physical representation of an emotion, and Charli performed it raw with maturity, while Bruno thought it was a moment that defines the show. And I fully agree with Bruno. This performance was spectacular, perfection personified. Mark is such a creative choreographer. I thoroughly enjoyed the storytelling. I think Charli might get 10s, and she did. Charli and Mark scored 10s from all the judges except from Lynn, giving them a score of 39 out of 40, also scoring the first 10 of the season. Vinny's most memorable year was 2009 when Josie's show first aired, which changed Vinny's life. Lynn said it was a terrific dance, simple but effective, and Derek says Vinny has become one of his favorites. Bruno thought it was simple, effective, and well suited for him, and Carrie Ann says Vinny was the reason why so many people love the show. Now, I certainly believe this was one of Vinny's better performances. He scored 8 from all the judges, giving them a score of 32 out of 40. To New York City and made it in the modeling industry, and that year happened to be the same year she met her husband. Derek thought Heidi had improved so much, then he complimented her arms, saying the dance was clean and beautiful, while Bruno said it was sensual and seductive, adding that her leg placement was spot on. Carrie Ann said she has never seen someone improve so consistently from week to week, and Lynn said he liked the feeling of the routine and felt a romance about it. You know that Autumn is my favorite pro dancer, and I might be biased, but this dance flowed really well. Heidi was proving to be a real contender. Her rumba was smooth and her legs were absolutely beautiful. Heidi and Autumn scored 9 from all the judges, giving them a score of 36 out of 40. Wayne said when he saw his daughter come into the world, he knew that he needed to step up and be a good man. said it was so pretty and
Dancing
so
the
beautiful that
foxtrot
Wayne captured
with
the
his
essence
partner
of
Whitney
love at
Carson,
first sight,
it's
and
Wayne
Carrie
Brady.
Ann thought it was a beautiful tribute to his daughter. Len thought it had elegance, sophistication, and smoothness, but reminded Wayne to watch his hand on Whitney's back, and Derek thought it was entertaining and graceful, and he had beautiful arms. Now, I believe Wayne danced beautifully besides Whit with amazing extended arms, another great dance from Wayne. Wayne and Whitney's got 9 from other judges except from Bruno, who gave him his first 10 of the season, giving him a score of 37 out of 40. Salma's most memorable year was 2018, the year she was diagnosed with MS. She was sick for so many years, and she actually thought she was a failure as a mom because she didn't know what she had. But the universal support from everyone changed her life. After Salma's clip, Tyra then announced that no one will be eliminated because Salma had left the competition due to health concerns. Len gave credit to Salma for climbing mountains with her performances on the show, and Derek called her a beacon of light, and Bruno, he felt privileged to have known her as Salma has inspired millions of people. Carrie Ann said Salma has been nothing but an inspiration and a light. I think Salma is just simply incredible. What a performance to go out on. Salma's dance journey has been so beautiful and inspiring to watch. Salma and Sasha scored 10s from other judges, giving them a perfect score. Salma's son was by her side as she took her final bow. Now let's talk about the judges' leaderboard score, shall we? Charli was at the top and at the bottom was Jesse James. However, no one was sent home. I'll recap Tuesday night's episode as scores will be adjusted on Tuesday night, and whoever has the lowest with the votes will be sent home. Thank you so much for watching. You want more tea? Click one of these 2 videos. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.